There we go. All right. Michael, you want to introduce yourself?
What do you want to know?
Who you
My name's
are,
Mark.
what you do, why you joined the Guns and Hoses Challenge, what your goals are for the next 30 days.
Michael Hayek. I'm from Lorenz, Iowa, small town, Iowa. Volunteer firefighter for over 15 years. Let's see. I can say I joined Guns and Hoses because Jim made me, but that's not true.
I didn't make you, I persuaded you.
That wasn't even it either. Actually, I've worked out in the past, lost about 35 pounds and started to gain it back because I stopped working out. Really hadn't changed my diet or anything. So I'm looking more for just getting the diet, changing my eating habits is really what I want to work on. The workouts, yes, that too, but actually I didn't even know there was prizes, so I didn't even care about the prize part. It's just changing the working out and changing my mentality of nutrition.
Well, awesome. That is something that we very much specialize in, because I'm sure we can all attest to the fact that we felt like our fitness could kind of overcompensate for our crappy choices when it comes to our food. And then as you get older, that stuff doesn't work anymore, does it?
Yeah, I'll be 48 in October, so I'm getting a little older and not as active as I used to be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. Hey, Tanner. Tanner's coming and going, coming and going. Tanner, can you hear me? I don't think he connected his audio. Yep. His audio's not there, so I guess he hasn't set that up yet. All right, so we will wait just a little bit. Hey, Tanner. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. So, Michael, have you had time to check out the app, some of its features, kind of do a little exploratory?
Look through the app stuff. I didn't see much for the nutrition portion of it other than setting up, figuring out what kind of calories I'm supposed to have for each day. That's about it. So.
Did you see the PDF, the nutrition plan?
I did not see that.
Okay. So, I'm going to go through part of what I'm going to do on this call today is I'm going to screenshot and share my phone basically. So it'll look exactly like what you see.
Okay.
And we're going to go through kind of line by line where to find things. So you're kind of set up for success when we start on Monday. So you know where to find it. You'll know where the nutrition plan is. If you want to go ahead and download it, print it out. You'll have to do some calculations as far as what your goals are and see what your macros are going to be, what your calories are going to be, and then kind of get ready, do your grocery shopping this weekend, and get ready to start.
This is a bad weekend.
I know I didn't intentionally choose Easter weekend, but then I thought, actually Monday after Easter is probably a great day to start.
Right.
That's a good day to purge.
Yeah. So just kind of get rid of all the big family foods and the pies and the cakes and the candies from Easter that you're going to eat on Sunday and get that all out.
That's
and
all
start
tomorrow.
clean on Monday.
I have Easter with my family tomorrow, so
Okay,
I traveled today.
Gotcha.
All my downfall. Chocolate chip cookies, my downfall.
And Jim, so after we go over the app, is there anything in particular that you want to talk about?
I know last year there was a lot of questions that were going on. You have to do 2 workouts. So just kind of going through the whole, just the whole workout. I wouldn't mind giving a few tips on just getting started. There's some things that are helpful, and I know a lot of people they get overwhelmed right up front. So to just kind of help relieve some of the overwhelmingness of it.
Right, like
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and maybe we can, especially since you, you're not too far out from when you first started Fire Team Whiskey, talk about how the adjustment to the nutrition plan and
Mhm.
what you kind of had to do to make sure that you've stuck with it.
Yes. Yes. Gosh, if I can remember back that far, that's what, 3 years now, almost 3 years.
Yeah,
So
yeah. All right. How are the kids doing?
they they're doing well. They're at my sister's today, all except Charlie. So the house is quiet.
They're all growing
My
like
sister's
weeds.
taking them. Yeah, they are growing like weeds. Mike and I go to the same church, so he gets to see the family in the crazy train every week.
How's the weather there? Is it spring yet?
This weekend it will be.
It's windy. It's 60 degrees out. Earlier this week, it was 14 and the high was
wow.
25.
Yeah.
We
It's
were
supposed
pouring
to be
concrete that day.
70, I think it's supposed to be 75 tomorrow and 80 on Sunday.
Nice.
So it's what, 53 right here where I'm at. I'm on the east side of the state now.
Oh,
Gotcha.
really?
Yeah.
Very nice.
So yeah, I got to go home to make it be warmer on the west side.
Well, I am in Phoenix and it's hot as hell here already.
Yes.
Ready to
They
move
can
on.
keep that. They can keep that.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, I like start breaking out into like a heat rash like immediately. I just can't do anything over 75. It's just too much.
All depends
Yeah.
on what the humidity is too.
You know,
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, thank goodness that there's none here because it would be even worse.
See, in Iowa, we get the humidity.
Yeah, I can't stand humidity.
So this weekend will be perfect. Actually, it'll be 75 and no humidity. So that's actually nice for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, Michael, do you have kids in the house? Who does all the cooking and shopping?
The only kid I have in the house turned 25 last Saturday.
Okay.
My wife doesn't do a lot of cooking, so I guess it's usually me. So this whole meal plan thing is going to be the interesting thing.
Okay.
Because it's like, what do I feel hungry for? Well, and a lot of times, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, we usually go to the bar because they have taco night on Tuesday and a pizza night on Thursday. So that was usually our routine. So Wednesdays I have church or my fire meeting. So that's usually meals usually taken care of. So yeah, this is going to be something new for me.
Yeah. Yeah, the eating out is kind of a killer because, you don't have control over what's in the food. You don't know,
Yeah.
So it's better to kind of err on the side of caution and try to avoid it as much as possible if you can.
Yeah, the people at the bar are going to wonder where I'm at.
Well, they're not even going to recognize you because of all the weight you're going to lose over the next 30 days. The next time they see you, when you walk in, they're going to be like, who was that?
Cheated a little bit. 4 weeks ago, I cut all my hair off.
Yes. You
I was-
finally look like a normal human again instead of a hippie.
I got it cut again today, Jim. So yeah, my bangs used to be down to about my mouth.
Oh my.
That was my COVID haircut. I hadn't had a haircut for over a year. So, and it was time to get it all. And I had a beard for the first time in my life. I'd never grown a beard, and I grew a beard. So I looked kind of. People told me I was homeless. So it was time. Cut it all off.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Back
that
to-
high and tight you got going on. I like the
Back to
military
my
haircut.
military haircut. Yes.
Yeah.
I did 6.5 years active duty, and then a year and a half National Guard. So
Okay, what branch?
Army.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I was in the Guard as well.
I I only did a year and a half and I had to get out.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it anymore. There
It was it because it was just so different from active duty and you just weren't into it anymore?
Yeah. If it would have been the opposite way, it probably would have been okay. But coming from, I was an E5 when I got out. So I earned my rank and then I had privates coming up to me, coming out of AIT and National Guard, calling me by my first name, and it bugged the ever living
Yeah.
crap out of me. So I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not as formal as the active duty.
Oh, no,
Wait,
not at all.
was this pre 9/11 or after?
After
Okay, wow.
I did, I was active duty when 9/11 happened, I was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I got the experience of the changing, I was in the National Guard in joined in 97. And then I was in OCS when 9/11 happened. And then everything changed. The
yeah.
National Guard was completely different after that. For the better. Much for the better.
My brother-in-law was in the Guard unit, and prior to 9/11, I think it was every Labor Day that the friends and family out of the Guard unit, and they were giving out helicopter rides and everything in the Blackhawks. And then 9/11 happened. That was it. It shut all that down. So it was weird seeing the change just literally overnight.
Yeah, the funny part about that though was, I mean, there's a lot of adjustment pains. They put us on. I was activated like the minute that happened because I was active duty guard, so everybody got activated, and I was an officer candidate at the time, so it was like an equivalent of an E6, but without any authority. So they decided, they're like, okay, we're going to post, basically we had to guard every federal facility in the area. And so I basically just did guard duty, marching around with an empty M16 with an empty cartridge.
Nice.
And a baton that I never received training on. And I was like, when they gave me a baton, I said, what is this? And they're like, it's baton, I'm like, I've never received training on this. This is not the military way of doing things. You don't give me a weapon and not provide training. And they were just like, oh, you'll figure it out. I'm like, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to throw it at the person and I'm going to run the other way. Just letting you know it in advance. I'm not even going to attempt to use this weapon because I have no training on it.
Well, that's just like giving you an M16 with no ammo. That's
Oh
kinda
yeah,
weird.
well that too. I'm like, what is the good of this? So we can look mean,
Stop, or I'll say stop again.
Right? That's what I just kept, I was a very inquisitive, kind of smart ass soldier. And, I just kept asking questions. I'm like, so what are we supposed to do if something happens? And they're just like, well, call 911. I was like, well, then what's the point of us doing guard duty?
Right.
Oh my God. It was such a waste, fraud, and abuse of money. Just like, we're getting paid active duty time to do this, and for what? So we could
It's the
call
government.
911 if something happens.
That's the government way anyway.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yes. Well, I'm guessing everybody is going to pop on the calendar invite. I guess you two were the only ones who recognized my mistake, which is pretty good.
I'm one that I texted Jim and said, okay, what's going on? I'm getting hungry. I need to go eat. So.
Yeah, we'll get you on a proper schedule there.
Yeah, I know.
It's good to fast anyway. That's good for your fat burn.
I got enough of that too.
I've been trying to get back into fasting. It's challenging in the morning. I gotta have that energy because I start working right away, and it's tough some mornings.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to transition into it. You can't just do it right off the bat. It's impossible. You have to kind of work into it.
Jim, I looked at my granola bars the other day. I can only have one.
They're
granola
loaded
bar.
with sugar. They're loaded, aren't they?
No, they got 7 grams. So I can only have one.
What's the first ingredient on the ingredients?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even
Sugar.
look. That's my easy breakfast. When I was working from home, I ate oatmeal. So,
Which is carbs.
Yeah.
so see, again, I just need to learn what I need to eat.
We'll cover it.
Yep. 2 hard-boiled eggs. That's been my breakfast for a long time. Or sometimes I'll do those muffins where I'll take the ham slice and eggs and cheese and add them in there. They're pretty tasty.
Yeah, eggs are fantastic. I always recommend eggs because that's a long lasting, it's protein, it makes you feel full, it's a long lasting energy. So if you have to have something in the morning, eggs are the thing to do.
Well, if these upload, Stephanie, I've got 2 videos that I'm trying to get uploaded. So 2 new ones.
Awesome. For House of Cards or something different?
One of them's household items. I'm gonna start working on that series.
Oh yeah.
I want you to just look at it, and I think I need to reshoot it. I just did 1 round of the circuit training, and then I did a sandbag wad. I got a new sandbag, so I've been playing around with that. I love sandbag workouts. They're fun. I don't know why.
I'm glad you love them because I don't. That's why we make a good team.
Yep.
I like the things you don't like, and you like the things I don't like.
Yep. Well, in the class that I'm taking, it had a whole section on sandbag training and how it closely relates to the tactical athletes, like your war fighters and your law enforcements and your firefighters, and how nothing's ever symmetrical when you're in those circumstances. And it's just so a little bit more fuel in the fire to get that going, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome that you're taking that class. That's really cool. Michael, I'll show you real quick since we're killing some time here. When you open your app, it's just showing you where the nutrition plan is. Oh, plans. So here down at the bottom here, you see the tabs at the bottom, dash, plans, calendar.
Yep.
Hit plans, and the meal plan's right there.
So that one, is that the one that has, it's kind of a black that tells you? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did look at that one, but I don't know. Is there
So
more
we'll
than
talk
just
about
one?
it. Yeah, we'll talk about it in detail. I chose this one for a specific reason, because it's this simplest plan we have. The 22 caliber is a little bit more complicated because you do have to count portion sizes, and on this plan you don't.
Okay.
So I think it's easier because it just kind of gives you a hard and fast rule. Yes, you can have this category foods, and no, you cannot have this category foods, and gives you a calorie range. So I think that's super simple. You know, the step up would be the next one, the 22 cal, where you actually start measuring portion sizes. So it takes a little bit more work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you. I mean, we're happy to switch you out. And if you want to do the more advanced one,
I'll start easy.
okay. Let's see how you do on the easy one and then go from there.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, because then, if you're struggling, then we can help you with that. But if you're just like, I got this, I need something a little bit more advanced, then you can graduate to the next one. So we'll be offering that to people along the way. I know people have asked about, the workouts, and we have thousands of workouts. So it's hard to pick which ones we want to do for challenges like this, because we want it to be inclusive, for most people to be able to do them. So that's why we pick the ones we do. But we do have more advanced workouts. So every single day I'll be posting a more advanced workout for those who kind of want to take it up a notch, or maybe just give it a try and see. And, so you'll have that available to you too. So you won't just have the two on your calendar. You'll have a third option.
My calendar reminder just came up.
Yeah, for the call.
Yeah.
Hey, there's mine. If Scott signs up again, I think we're going to do the run and gun. I think we'll record it this time and we'll turn it into a workout video.
Oh,
We'll
nice.
do the run and gun drill that we did.
Yeah, that was fun. That was cool looking. That'd be
So
awesome.
I might even have Mike come and join us, because between Scott, Mike, and myself, we're probably, Mike's 10 minutes from me and Scott's 20 minutes now. So, but that was a blast. It was hard. I never realized how difficult it was running in a gas mask, but that drains you.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
And
so it's
then-
like running at altitude. I mean, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And the punishment was, for every round you missed, you had to do 10 burpees, and he had to do 30. And I think I was up to like 70. It was bad. The first shots were great, but then once you start running, you get that adrenaline pumping, and 30 yards is a pretty challenging shot with a pistol anyway, if you're not trained right.
I hope you guys had hydration bags, or like just stick each other out there. That sounds like a recipe for somebody just passing out.
Yeah, we had bottles of water, and both of us were drenched, because then I was able to wear his we swapped bulletproof vest, or his tactical gear, and like I had the vest on and he had the mask, and then we'd switch, and it was fun. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was hard work, but we'll get a good camera out, we'll record it, and we'll turn it into a video.
Yeah, cool.
I got an old style flak jacket from, when did I go in? 96? I don't know. From one of my duty stations, it didn't come up on my items to return, so I have a flak jacket at home.
Nice. Hey, Damien. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Still muted.
How about now?
There you go.
There you go.
Hi, Damien. Nice to meet you.
Good evening.
Hello. You want to introduce yourself to the group, or kind of waiting for people to pop out on?
Yeah.
And we'll get started. And let us
So-
know why you joined Guns and Hoses and what your goals are.
Well, just been in public safety for 20 years. I did strictly fire EMS for 10 years in the city of Dayton, so I'm in Ohio. And then about 10 years ago, I moved to Oakwood, which is south of Dayton. So I now do police, fire, and EMS all in one hat, and just saw the feed pop up with the challenge and thought it'd be a good idea to get my crew involved, since I'm now in charge of some other people. So get them more capable for doing all the aspects that we currently do.
Yeah. How
goals-
many of your team joined?
One other guy, Josh Wells, I believe, got
Okay.
accepted. So
Yep.
at least the
Awesome.
two of us will be in here and, helping each other not get bad snacks at the hospital or whatnot. So
Yeah.
goals, just really probably shaving a little bit more fat off and increasing cardio. I feel like we'll never have enough of that.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
And we'll be starting here in a few minutes. So we're just waiting for, we've got 6 more minutes officially until it starts. So we'll get started from there. And it's recorded. So if you have to pop off, you can watch the rest
Excellent.
if you need to.
Yeah. If the radio goes off, obviously I'm at work. I don't wear
Yeah,
fire
exactly.
t-shirts around everywhere.
Exactly. My brother-in-law is a firefighter, and I know, like, I mean, pretty much at any time I could text him, and most of the time he's on shift. So I could text him, something happened, or in our RV, or our gas alarm went off, and we couldn't figure out how to turn it off. We couldn't figure out why it was going off, and and he it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I called him right up. He's like, "Hey," just so he was helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I was up at a food truck get together, whatever, and heard a carbon monoxide detector go off, and they stuck their head out, saw me in uniform. They're like, "Why is this going on?" I'm like, your exhaust port from your generator is blowing straight into your trailer is why you're currently experiencing that. So,
Right.
yep, you stumble across all that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Where's everybody else from?
I am from Iowa. I'm Jim. I'm one of the trainers. In fact, I would be your trainer. I was just looking at the roster. Yours and is it Joshua? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. I'll let Stephanie go next.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie, and I'm the owner of Fireteam Whiskey, and I'll be the lead trainer for the firefighters. And I actually am currently in Phoenix, so I actually travel full-time in an RV. So you'll be discovering all the different locations that I'm at as we go along, and you'll see them in my videos. So I love to record workout videos and the locations that I'm at. So you'll see all sorts of different backgrounds and scenic views and different places and climates. So it's pretty cool.
Excellent.
Michael?
Michael Hayek. I'm from Iowa. I've been a volunteer firefighter for 15 years. So
Where are you at?
Lorenz, Iowa, northwest Iowa.
All right. Who's next? I think I see Adam.
Yeah,
Hey, Adam, you want to introduce
how's it-
yourself?
yeah, absolutely. My name is Adam Salzberg. I'm with NASA. Worked for fire department for 21 years up in North Florida, just north of Jacksonville.
Oh, okay, so you're from Jacksonville. You're one of my Jacksonville guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. All right, who else is on here? Tanner, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the middle of giving my 1-year-old a bath right now, so
Oh.
a little preoccupied, but yeah, I'm here.
Where, can you let us know why you joined Guns and Hoses, and are you police, firefighter, what your goals are?
I'm a police officer. I'm a patrol sergeant in Branson, Missouri. Been in law enforcement for just under 10 years now. I honestly saw it when I was just scrolling through Facebook and figured it looked like a good way to kind of kickstart me to get back in shape. Over the last couple of years, I've kind of been trending the wrong way, put on about 10, 15 pounds that I don't need. So I'd like to get rid of that. So like I said, I saw it on Facebook, figured it seemed like a good competitive way to kind of kickstart me to get going again.
Awesome. Yeah, nothing like some competition to get you motivated. All right, who else is, let's see who else is on here.
I see Kevin Page just jumped on.
Oh,
There he is. How you doing, good sir?
Oh, good.
So
Funny.
Kevin, you're up. Why'd you join the group? Where are you from?
Callahan, Florida, born and raised, didn't go far. I got to do the challenge last time. I enjoyed it while I did it. Thought I was gonna take a break, and that break turned into I haven't done it since. So I really hope to get it this time and stay with it.
Good. Welcome back.
Who else is on here? Is that it for who's on here? Let's see.
Anthony. I think that's the last one.
Oh, yeah, Anthony.
Hi all, how we doing?
Hey,
Good.
Anthony.
I'm on duty, so I'll probably mute and everything so that the radio traffic isn't coming on. But I'm law enforcement. I'm from Kansas. A friend of mine actually sent over the challenge. Looked like a really cool challenge. And I've been trucking along, put on about 20 COVID pounds. Terrible, absolutely terrible. And thought the competition aspect of it and the strength of the group kind of kickstart me out of a little bit of a rut. So I appreciate you guys letting me in.
Excellent.
Awesome. Welcome. Thank you. All right. So we'll go ahead and kick this off. Perfect timing. Jim, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again, and I'll introduce myself, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Well, everybody, I'm Jim. I'm going to be the lead coach for the law enforcement. Really enjoyed it last year when we talked about things to do this year. This was one that I'm glad to see is back on the roster for activities. I'm from Iowa. I'm got 5 kids, busy household. My wife is a nurse, and I'm actually working towards becoming a volunteer firefighter for one of our local firefighter or local chapters that we have around here. I'm 42, going to be 43, and I started this program just down, tired all the time, not eating healthy, needing some direction. So that's actually part of the reason why I became a trainer. Is I love this program. It's a great program, and I've shed some pounds and really can get behind it. So I look forward to working with you guys and looking forward to the good competition that comes along and that pushes people into the next level.
Awesome. And I'm Stephanie Lincoln, and I am the founder of Fireteam Whiskey, and I am a former Army captain, and I actually served as a civilian in the military medical field for 10 years after I got out of the military. So the mission of Fireteam Whiskey is to increase the readiness of military members, first responders, police, firefighters, EMTs, Forest Service, hot shots, anybody who's serving their communities and country. This is the stuff that makes the difference between life or death out there for you guys. So we're passionate about helping you men and women improve in those areas so you can better serve your communities and country. So we did this challenge last year. It was a lot of fun. We had really amazing results, and we just wanted to offer that again this year. We're doing a little bit different format, but we're still going to have a ton of fun prizes, and we're going to be covering the program here in the next few minutes. But first, Jim, because we're going to talk about getting started, and we want to get you started on the right foot. And Jim was one of our trainers for our group last year. And he also was a participant in Fireteam Whiskey, so he knows both sides. So Jim, I want to talk about first steps, like what are we needing to prepare for between now, this is Friday evening, and Monday morning, to make sure that we are set up for success on Monday. So I want you to kind of start with some tips and tricks.
Okay. Well, for starters, the one thing that is extremely helpful is take some time tonight and go through your freezer. what that's going to do is it's going to help you with meal planning. Everybody says, well, I don't have time to meal plan. And then they end up going to the nearest McDonald's, Hardee's, whatever fast food joint, and they end up completely collapsing all the hard work that they put in. So if you take, designate half an hour, 45 minutes, go through your freezers, and then plan your meals out. So some of the tips is, let me try to get the plan up here real quick. So when you start this, you're going to become a little bit overwhelmed, not knowing which direction to do. So the simplest thing that I can give you any pointers to just really ease into it is check your sugar content on your stuff. It's amazing how much sugar goes into all this product, how much it's insane. What I try to gauge my sugar intake to is 6, 7, depending on what it is. But primarily I try to maintain around 6 grams of sugar per serving. Sorry, I just had a notification come up. I'm not finding the.
But you don't have to go in the plan. I'll go into it when I show them, when I go into the app.
Okay. So stick to your meal plan. Take that time, invest into it. Another thing is the very first fitness workout is the test. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys that still have jobs the next day. I myself have a job. You need to gauge yourself that if you do the fitness test, you're gonna be sore, especially if you're very competitive like me. You're gonna push yourself in the next 2 days, 3 days, you're gonna be like, why did I do that? Now, what just happened is you just got given your body a shock into getting muscle growth and endurance and everything building back up. That's not a bad thing. However, if you still have to perform at any kind of a level at your job, you're gonna want to make sure that you just back it off a little bit. You'll know by the end, because you'll do the test again, you'll know by the end how well it goes when you're able to gauge how many more exercises. By that time, you'll be like, yeah, I'm going to give it all I got because I know that I'm going to recover a lot faster. Your body's going to make these changes over the next 30 days. That the first few workouts, you're just going to be in muscle pain because everything's tearing and rebuilding and tearing and rebuilding, and you're building up endurance. By day number 30, you're going to, most of the time, that pain is going to become bracing. It's like, yep, I got the good pain. I'm good to go, and we're going to move on.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought up the fitness test. So I'm telling you guys, it's gonna kick your ass. So just pay attention to your body. Don't push it too hard, because we have literally had people say that they barely could walk the next day because they didn't listen to their bodies. The reason why we do a fitness test is just kind of to give you an idea of where you're starting from. So if you push it past that limit, then it's not actually giving you a good gauge of where you're starting from, because that's not how fit you are. If you are so sore where you could barely walk the next day and literally you can't even sit on the toilet, that's not a fitness test. That is you pushing beyond your limits. So we don't want you to hurt yourself, especially on that first day. Just keep safety in mind. Be honest with yourself. Go, man, I wish I could do 100 push-ups in 3 minutes, but really I can do 40. So you just know where your starting point is. It's just, there's no ego, let it go. Just, there are numbers for you to know, okay, by day 30, I should probably double my numbers here. So it just is giving you a good gauge of where you're at. And that's why we ask you to do your pictures and your weight as well. You got to do your pictures and weight if you want to qualify for our prizes. So that's one, but it's also going to give you a good idea of your progress over time. So we're not going to release those pictures. We're not going to show them to anybody. Jim and I are the only ones who see them. So it's just going to help you just monitor your progress.
You know, and nobody's here to judge. I mean, I remember the first time that I did one of the first workouts, I struggled through it. It kicked my ass, and being able to go back through it after 30 days of it, it's night and day difference. And I'm glad that I stuck it out. Let's see what else. There was another tip I had. I just lost it here.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Your family is going to be a key factor in this too. So if you've got family that's willing to back you up and support you on this, that's a huge, huge, huge win. My wife knows that I'm starting this challenge as well. I also have goals for myself. My nutrition lately has been garbage, so this is a good time for even myself to get refocused on my nutrition and get back into play. So she's on board with it. We're going to go through and get our meals planned for the next 2 weeks because we got a busy, crazy week coming up. So we're just going to get 2 weeks punched out, and then we're going to reassess it on the second Saturday. So getting your family involved, it's amazing how you can just start tweaking it a little bit, getting them even more involved. And soon enough, everybody's going to be wanting to eat healthy and start doing these workouts and stuff.
Yeah, awesome tips. And we'll keep giving you tips along the way, but let's go ahead and dive into the app and talk about where to find everything. There's my Flex Friday selfie. All right, so I am going to show you exactly where to go. We're going to explore the app, what this process is all about, where to find things, where to put things, and how you're going to be documenting your activities throughout the Guns and Hoses program. So this is for not only for you to access the program materials and to do what you need to do, but also get those points for your team for yourself for our weekly prize challenges. So that's important too, because this is a competition. And I'm just saying that the firefighters won last year. So law enforcement, you got to really work hard to take the firefighters down and take them off the pedestal and take that championship away from them. So pressure's on, firefighters, pressure's on for you keeping that championship this year. So it's any man's game, any woman's game, but so it's an individual competition and a team competition. We'll talk specifically about the prizes here in a second, but I'm going to show you exactly as a participant how you're going to participate on the Fireteam Whiskey app. So I have my Fireteam Whiskey app. This is exactly what you see when you open it. So I assign myself as a Guns and Hoses member. All right, so when you open your app, you're going to see the most important things to do today. If you set up your nutrition goals, you can put that in there. And so that'll pop up, and then you'll have your 2 workouts. So you will have 2 workouts a day. You don't have to do both. You are welcome to just do one. You can do one every other day. It's up to you. You know, so the amount you participate, the amount of Fireteam Whiskey workouts you do is up to you. You will have a choice between a equipment required workout and a body weight workout. So just in case you don't have access to equipment, you always have an option. Plus on the group feed, I will be posting another choice for a workout from our Fireteam Whiskey library that will require equipment too. And I'm going to call that the advanced workout of the day. So these are for people who are maybe looking to work on their pull-ups, use sandbags, use battle ropes, things like that. If you have access to that kind of equipment, I'll be putting those advanced workout of the days in your groups. So your groups are right here, right on the front page. So you should see 2. The general Fireteam members feed, and then your own team. So I have Team Firefighter on here. This is where we're going to be posting kind of daily motivation, tips and tricks. If you want to post your post-workout selfies, you can put that there. You're going to be kind of encouraging your team members each and every day to earn those points. And then we have the general group feed. If you want to interact with everybody, if you want to talk some trash to the other team, this is where you're going to do it. So remember that. That's where you talk trash right here for our team members, the general feed. Plus, and all of the groups I'll be posting the advanced workout of the day. So that's going to be right there. So this is where your progress will show. If you have your Fitbit connected, you'll see your steps, your sleep. You need to put your body weight in if you're going to participate in the prize challenge. So we highly encourage you to do that. And all you have to do is click on it. And that's where you put in your weight. So you just click add, the date, select, and there you go.
Hey, Stephanie, will you go back to that, to that body weight? I wanted to point out, this was the other tip that I had. Go ahead and go to the calendar, the one where it showed, there you go, that one right there. If you guys have the capacity to take measurements, I highly recommend it, because sometimes your scale isn't gonna move, but you're gonna end up losing inches of fat. It's just, muscle's gonna weigh more, your scale's not gonna move. And when you have those days of struggling to where you don't feel like anything's happening, grab your tape measure if you've got one and do these measurements, because that's gonna be huge, huge when you start noticing. And then at that time, take another picture. It's a good reflection to go back to the point to where you started from and see the difference, because you're gonna have those days that scale isn't doing anything. I have days that the scale goes backwards sometimes. It goes the other direction. So a good tip to get those measurements in as well.
Yeah. And for those of you who are already pretty lean, you know, you're not going to see a huge change in your weight. You know, for others, they're on a different path, and, you know, they're going to put up some crazy numbers. You know, we had somebody last year lose 30 pounds. So, you know, if you're leaner, you know, I can't lose 30 pounds. I'd be a skeleton if that happened. So for me, I'm looking for inches. You know, I'm looking for reduction of body fat. So we're all on a different path here with this journey, but that doesn't mean we can't make progress. All right. And the other thing that you need to do if you want to participate in the prize challenges is to put in your before and after pictures at the end. So we're doing before weight now. So between now and Monday. So you got to do this by Monday to get the points for that. Put in your before, and all you got to do is go to photos, click on the camera, and it even gives you instructions. This app is pretty cool. So you can pick a photo that's already in your phone if you want, or you can take it right here. So, hi. So that's pretty cool. So make sure to get that done. All right. Scrolling down, it'll kind of do some achievements. So as you rack up the miles, if you're doing running in addition to it, I'll show you how to put those in. They'll kind of show you your achievements, how many workouts you've completed. So it'll show you some milestones. So that's pretty neat too. So let's go to plans. So you see at the bottom tab there, your meal plan is right there. Your meal plan is super important because that's 90% of this whole journey is changing your nutrition. I encourage you to go ahead and download that. If you can, send it to yourself, download it to your phone, print it out, put it up on your refrigerator with a magnet. Go ahead and calculate. You need to do the calculations at top. So if you need to lose weight, weight in pounds times 12. If you want to maintain your weight, weight in pounds times 15. If you want to gain weight, weight in pounds times 18. Track your food and drink and limit your total carbohydrate intake each day to under 100 grams. So that is your kind of two goals. You'll have a caloric window and you want to eat less than 100 grams of carbohydrates. So that's everything. That's sugar and carbohydrates combined. The rest is easy. This is our first step eating plan. This is the easiest eating plan we have. If you want a more advanced eating plan, if this is kind of already what you're doing and you want something more advanced, we're happy to do that. Go ahead and text your trainer on the app and let us know you want a more advanced eating plan. This is the most basic, easy to follow eating plan. You have your calories, under 100 grams total of carbs, only consume real whole foods. So you see this at the bottom. No foods from packages. Don't consume anything with sugar or manufactured oils. So that means you need to read those ingredients, guys. So this is where you kind of need to try to avoid eating out because you're not getting the ingredients of what these restaurants are giving you. So meal prep is key here. Don't eat any grains, rice, bread, wheat, cereal, oatmeal, pasta, quinoa, flour, wheat flour, pastries, cake, anything made with grains, and no beer. That's a pretty
Damn
comprehensive
it.
list.
I'll say it for you guys.
It's going to suck. If you're already eating those things, you're certainly going to experience some withdrawals because carbohydrates are act as a drug. Sugars act as a drug. So you're going to be hurting pretty bad. I mean, Jim, I don't know if you remember back when you started the program, how bad was it for you when you first started? I know you kind of
remember-
gave up pop, that was your thing.
Yeah, the sugar for me, after about 2 days of not having, I was probably drinking 2 or 3 20-ounce bottles of pop a day. Actually, no, I think at that time I don't remember. That was forever ago. It was a lot of pop. And about 2 days after I had cut it out, I had gotten extreme headaches. And it's your body screaming for the sugar. I started calling it a sugar hangover because that's exactly what it felt like. It felt like I had just drank so much beer the night before and I had this horrible headache. Well, it was from going through sugar withdrawals. So if you guys are serious about it, there's going to be some pain coming in. So recommendation with that: water. You probably get shit from your coworkers, but you'll be peeing enough that you won't really care. But that water is going to help flush all of that stuff out of your system. And it's not going to be easy, but it is well worth it once you start feeling your body starting to just slowly get over that sugar fiend that happens with all the stuff that we eat on our day-to-day diets.
Yeah. And you're going to feel like, the first few days are going to suck. After that, you're going to feel freaking amazing. And your stomach all of a sudden will start shrinking in. I've helped hundreds of clients doing this, and it happens every time. It's like, oh my gosh, my stomach is so much smaller. Like I feel less bloated. So all of these sugars and carbs, it just bloats you out, makes your belly big. You'll start seeing immediately like your pants feeling looser. So it'll kind of encourage you after the pain that you just went through to keep going with it, to keep those carbohydrates down underneath 100 grams a day, because vegetables have carbohydrates in them. So you're going to have some carbs. It's not a zero carb diet. Now, if you want to do a zero carb diet, you can join me because I'm carnivore. So I am a zero carb diet, but you're getting just enough, so you're kind of satisfying some of those energy cravings, but not to the point where you're forcing your body to save those carbohydrates as fat. We want to force your body. The whole point of this is there's only 2 sources of energy in your body: sugar and fat. If you keep consuming sugar, fat just sits here. So you have to get rid of the sugars in order for your body to turn to that body fat to start burning it. You keep eating sugars, your body will never do that. You can't out exercise a crappy diet. So if you're sitting here and you're planning on, well, I may or may not do the nutrition plan, just give it a try. Give it the first 2 weeks. All right, just give it a chance, see what happens, see how you feel. So I'm just asking you to give it a chance. So message your trainer if you need a more advanced plan. If not, go with the one we gave you, give it a try for the first week or 2, and then we'll go from there. We can step you up to a different plan if you're ready for it at that time. All right, so here are all the videos. It'll be under your training plan, but you won't really access that from here unless you want to do something, workout out of order, you can do the workouts out of order, guys. You could skip workouts. We're not going to dock you points. It really is, you're just going to earn your points for whatever workouts you do. You have our library available to you. You don't want to use it at all, don't use it at all. So it's not required to do all Fireteam Whiskey workouts. You know, you'll still get points for putting your workouts in the app. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So let's go to the calendar. So you see the tab at the bottom, the middle is calendar. And this is where you can see your entire program from start to finish right here. So like I said earlier, you have your 2 workouts a day. You have your body weight workout and your equipment required workout. Well, what if I say, I don't want to do any of these? You know, I don't want to do the Coach Tommy beginner. I don't want to do Glacier Park legs. I want to go for a run. Cool, you can do that. Hit the little plus button. And you have this little pop-up here, workout activity, photos, body stats. Go to activity. And there's your, there's your place where you can record any other workouts that you do. So you can do a running, you could do walking, elliptical, stair climber. These are just kind of specific activities. Or if none of those apply, I know some people are CrossFitters. They go to CrossFit gyms, then just go to general. You can mark as complete and then just put the time you worked out, you know, 30 minutes, whatever, and then save. So then it'll pop up on your calendar showing that you completed a workout today. So that's the goal. That's how you're going to earn some of these points in this competition. So you don't have to do Fireteam Whiskey workouts. Of course, we'd love for you to give some a try, and you have those choices every day, plus the advanced workout that I'll be putting up on the group feed every day as well. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. So let's say it's Tuesday of next week, and I decided, ooh, man, Glacier Park legs, that's awesome. That's one of my favorite ones, even though I hate leg day. So I open it up. Then I'm just going to click on the video. So that's where I'm going to start watching my workout program. There's little arrows here. It gives you a little bit more information about the workout. So I know, okay, I've got 23 minutes to do my workout. What's the equipment required? Boom, it's right there. So I know I need to get my dumbbells for this workout, right? So then I just push play. So then that'll start playing. I'm going to go along and do my workout. And so once I'm done, I'll just hit the back button, hit the back button. And then I'm just going to mark as complete. You can let us know what you thought. So, hey, man, this was really beyond hard. Like I can barely walk now. And you could put a little comment there like, ooh, this sucked, or this was awesome, or whatever you want to do. And then you make sure you hit save. So there we go, done. And it'll tell you something, awesome job. So you know it recorded it. So it's all checked off. So now when I go back to my calendar, boom, there it is. Checked off. So that's what we're going to be looking for at the end of each week to calculate your points for your teams and for you as an individual for those things. We'll also in the first week be looking for your photos and your weight. So those will earn points for your team as well in the first week. And then we're going to have an additional challenge each week for points. The additional challenge will vary from week to week. You will get email notifications each week on what that is and how many points you can get for doing it. So it's usually going to have something to do with maybe nutrition, some sort of, maybe video that you can do, or some sort of, health and wellness, motivational kind of stuff. So that's the additional points you'll be able to do each week. And it's going to be different every week. So make sure to watch out for that in your emails and also on the group feed. So you'll get it in both areas. And you'll have a chance to get a lot of points for attending something like this, Like the people on this call today, if you showed up live, you actually are earning points for yourself right now and for your team. So you get bonus points right off the bat just for being here, which is awesome. All right, so that's the points. All right, that's how you do your workouts. All right, let's go to the next tab, Messenger. So this is where your messages are gonna show up from your trainer. So you see Stephanie Lincoln is my trainer, I'm my own trainer. So that's where you can message your trainer for this. So if you have a question, you know, like, hey, how do I find, oop, Samsung keyboard, there we go. Do I find my nutrition plan? So any questions that may come up, you know, we'll get them on the app, you know, depending on what's going on in our lives. We have lives too, so we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But you'll hear from us within the day. Or if you want to go to the group feed and post a question, you can do that too. So maybe somebody can help you out there. And that is it. I mean, that is how simple the app is to use. It's not complicated at all. You're just going to your calendar every day, checking off those workouts, go to your team, your groups, and encourage each other there. Find out about what the advanced workout of the day is and also what your weekly points challenge is. And we'll see those as you put those out, because we'll have a requirement for you to post those on here as well. So does anybody have any questions about the app? So I want to stop there to, if I need to show you guys where things are. And you'll have to unmute yourself if you have a question.
So if you put your pictures in already and your weight, do you go back in and check that stuff off on day one again, or do you have to re-enter it, or?
No, you don't have to if it's already in there, then you don't have to re-enter it. I know that it's a reminder on day one, just to be sure. But yeah, if you want to check it off, sure, but you don't have to redo it. Yeah, that's a good question.
Go ahead, Damien. I see your hand is raised. I think that's what that is.
Yep. Just
There we go.
entering or tracking nutrition or figuring out calories for what we're eating to input the caloric intake, suggestions for that. Or is that built in?
Are you, oh, okay. So if you want to track your calories on the app.
Yes.
Okay, so the only way to do that right now on the app is to set up a MyFitnessPal or a Fitbit and
Okay.
connect those two, one of those two devices.
All right.
So if you have a Fitbit, go ahead and you can go ahead and connect that. If you go into the more area, oops, I'm not showing my screen here. Let me share my screen so I can show you where it is. If you go into the more area at the bottom and then scroll down, you have those connections right there.
Okay.
So MyFitnessPal and Fitbit are the ones that will track your food. So you'll have to track your food on Fitbit on the app, and then it'll just auto-populate into the Fire Team Whiskey app. Same thing with MyFitnessPal. Make sure to set your permissions on public settings on MyFitnessPal, because if you want help from a trainer to look at what you're eating, maybe make some adjustments, then the only way we're going to be able to see it is if you make it, you know, the specific things you're eating, because then we'll all we'll see is your macros, which is fine. We can help you with that information, but you know, if you're wanting more detailed kind of help, then go ahead and make it public.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else? Dana, Michael, Justin?
Question. The meetings that are coming up, the video meetings like this, are they all going to be on Zoom, or are you going to do some on Facebook Live too? Because I don't have Facebook.
Correct. So the next meetings, we can do both. I mean, I can have live and Zoom going on at the same time. So if that's what you guys want to do, I know some people don't have Facebook. Yeah. So if you want to earn those points and attend live, well, I'll just go ahead and send out calendar invites for that. Yeah. Thanks for that suggestion. We'll do that.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other questions about the app? Cool. Okay, so let's go over points. I'm going to share my screen again. Oh, in a minute once I pull it up. Oops. Oh, shoot. Should have brought it up first. All right, let me pull it up on my phone and just go from there. All right, so the nutrition plan. You have to prepare in advance for this. And if you are not setting yourself up for success with a nutrition plan, we can only promise so much, you know, in your results. You know, if you're not willing to do the nutrition plan and you're only doing the fitness plan, then you're not going to get the results that you could possibly get. And we had some guys last year lose. We had 112 pounds, 115, 118, 130 pounds. So if, you know, you could really make a lot of progress with your health and fitness goals if you commit to the nutrition plan. So that's the one thing that I wanted to emphasize here. And safety. The other thing, I'm very passionate about safety and working out. So we certainly don't want you to push too hard. I know some of you have some limitations and injure yourself like within the first week, and then you're out for the rest of the competition. We want you to be safe. So be safe with your workouts. We want you to do the entire 30 days with us. So if that means that you kind of pull back a little bit on the workouts, then that's what that means. Then you know, really hone in on the nutrition. So that's kind of one of my strategies, is if somebody has some limitations, or, you know, maybe you're kind of having a little injury flare up, pull back on the workouts, guys, take care of yourself, and just hone in like 100%, go all in on the nutrition. Because then you're still going to get the results, and then you can not injure yourself further with the exercises. The awesome thing about all of the workouts that Fire Team Whiskey does, you will see modifications for every single exercise. We do that every single time. So you will see, you know, me in my fitness video, you know, I'll be doing, okay, we're doing jumping jacks. And then I will show you, okay, modified, I'm doing just step touch jacks. So Jim does it too in his videos. He always shows modifications. So pay attention, listen for that word, modified, and watch what we do on the screen and do that instead. And then maybe if you can kind of do a little progression and sneak some reps in and do that maybe for one set, fantastic. And if that feels good, experiment with it. But if you have to do the entire program modified, then do the entire program modified. And we have had people, I remember one specifically in our pilot program when we first started 4 years ago, he lost 30 pounds and he did the entire program modified. He never did one jump move. So he still got the benefits from doing the nutrition and doing the fitness plan, even when he had such limitations. So if you are concerned about any limitations that you have, I screened everybody in your application. So all of you were kind of good to go for our workouts for doing some of those moves modified. But if you have something specific you want to ask about, please text your trainer and say, hey, can you show me a modified movement or suggest a modified movement for this thing? Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay. Jim, do you have anything else you want to add before we open it up to the group?
Yeah, I got a couple of things as you were discussing. You were talking about limitations in your exercise and stuff. If you're finding out that your joints and stuff just can't take the abuse, hit us up. Maybe we can help you find another exercise. Elliptical is really good on joints for some people that don't have that. Maybe we can help you with something that you have access to. And there was a question or a comment that was made on one of the messages I received today. Can you use a Garmin tracker at all on Fire Team Whiskey?
No, not at this time. I know that's something
Okay.
that the app developer is working on. That's on, they have a whole list, guys, of like hundreds of items of things that we want on added to the app. So they kind of slowly work on those things, and that's on. So I don't know if that's going to happen within the next 30 days or not, but if it does, I'll let you know.
Another little tip, I'm gonna hit on that nutrition again. Busy lifestyles, we all have them. Hard boil a dozen eggs tonight, and then you've got breakfast ready to go. Crack your eggs. I mean, some people even get them prepped the night before, and you've got a quick, easy breakfast. And that protein and an egg and everything that goes into an egg is going to just start elevating, start you out on the right track on your nutrition. 2-3 eggs. I'm up to, I like eggs anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it's 2 to 3 eggs a morning, and that usually carries me through until lunch. And then after your first workout, stretch. Make sure that you get some stretches in to make sure that you get that lactic acid that's going to be building up. You need to get it working out of your system. And it's also a good way that you can actually gauge how you improved over your time too, just by doing some stretching afterwards. Take that time. Don't skip that step. I'm still guilty of it, and I've actually made it a point that I don't get to go upstairs until I get some kind of 5 minutes of stretching in. And then if you've got goals in this, write them down, because then that's just one more step on making sure that you get things to a point where you can achieve it. Because if it's not written down, it's just a dream. So let's make this dream a reality and write your goals down. So now you're accountable to yourself. So that was it. That was a few things that I had while you were talking. So.
Okay. And I found the files I was looking for. So here is how to earn weekly prize points. So these are pretty, every week, here's the opportunities, and then we'll do specific week to week prize challenges. So I'm going to show you in advance, this is what you guys get for showing up here. Not only are you going to get points for showing up live, you're going to get in advance what the week 1 prize challenge is. So you're ahead of the game on this, because we won't be releasing this until Monday. So weekly prize points. So this is pretty much every week, except for we have specific ones for week 1 and week 4. So upload, we already told you, upload before pictures and your weight. So you get 10 points for doing that right off the bat. Each time you do a workout, it doesn't have to be a Fire Team Whiskey workout, but if you document a workout, you get 1 point. If you upload a post-workout selfie or video in the group feed on the app, you get 2 points. If you track an entire day of meals on the app, so you got to connect the MyFitnessPal or Fitbit to do that. Fitbit is, or MyFitnessPal is free, so you can set up a free account and connect those two, so you don't have to pay anything for that. If you track your meals, then you get 3. You can earn 3 points a day for that. If you participate live on the weekly coaching call, so our first one will be on Monday, you get 5 points. If you complete the challenge of the week, which will be announced each week, you get 5 points. And then for week 4 only, you'll get 10 points for doing your after pictures and weight. And then if you complete a challenge survey, you'll get another 10 points. And this is for individuals and teams. So we'll have team winners for each week, and then we'll have individual winners for each week. Oops. And then I wanted to show you the week 1. There it is. All right, so for week 1 is, we already talked about uploading your weight and your pictures. Complete. So you only get credit for 1 workout a day. So you can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 9, but you're only going to get credit for 1. You're only going to get 1 point for each day. If you upload a post-workout selfie, so you get an opportunity to do that once a day, you get 2 points. Track your meals, that's 3 points per day. Participate live, that's the 5 points on Monday. And post a picture of yourself in the group on the app and introduce yourself and say why you decided to participate in the Guns and Hoses Challenge. So that's your weekly points challenge. All you got to do is go into the group, put your picture and say, hey, I'm so-and-so. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing this challenge. You get 5 points. Any questions about the points opportunities? Okay. I'm going to open it up to general questions about the challenge. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, trash talk? Because this is a competition.
I had a question about nutrition. So based on the nutrition plan, I'm supposed to be around 2,700 calories. And I know based on your previous material that you're really against the caloric deficit. So you really want us to be around that amount. If you're limiting yourself to 100 grams of carbs, what type of foods and options would be good choices then at that point? Because that's a lot of protein and fats that you're going to have to take in.
Yeah, Jim, you want to cover this?
Bacon and eggs.
Protein, protein, protein. I'm telling
Protein.
you, yes, protein.
Yep. Look at your fatty foods too. Pay attention. Grab yourself a big fat ribeye steak. Grill that baby up, 10 ouncer. That's going to help take a lot of that. The fattier the meat, the better the meat. That's one of the things that really kind of attracted me to this is I get to eat meat. I love barbecue. I got my smoker running probably 3 weekends a month. So it's always got a slab of meat. And, I'm going to hit eggs again. That's right there. You're going to be, it's amazing how many calories are in eggs. You're going to have a more full feeling when you start eating the proteins and the fatty foods and really shrinking up the amount of carbs that are coming in. It's a simple, easy, it's a simple concept. It's not easy. It's challenging, but once you get into the groove and once you start getting into the hang of it, you'll pick it up and you'll be like, okay, we can take care of this. This will work great.
Yeah, so my mantra is restrict carbs so my body will burn fat. Always the protein. I try at my rule of thumb is 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. If you're trying to put on muscle mass, then 1 gram per pound of body weight. So for me, that's 145 pounds or 140 pounds. So I'm looking to consume 140 grams of protein a day. And remember, protein is higher calories, right? So you're going to be racking up the calories with that protein. And then my other mantra is fat is a lever. So if I'm feeling hungrier or I need to get a little bit more calories in, then you use fat as a lever because that's the highest calorie, it's 9 calories per gram. So you will get more calories more bang for your buck, basically, by adding a little bit of fat. So even if it's just a couple slabs of butter or some coconut oil when you cook your food, or, I put MCT oil or coconut oil in my coffee in the morning and my shakes. So I use fat as a lever to just help increase my calories. Yeah, I'm glad you said that you watched that video about I'm anti-caloric deficit because it basically turns your body it signals to your body that your body is starving. And we don't want that because it's going to slow down your metabolism. We want your metabolism to speed up. So you're going to have to get a minimal amount of calories in order to stay out of that starvation window where your body is starting to shut down. Plus, if you want to put on muscle mass, that's the only way you're going to put on muscle mass. I don't know anybody here who says, I don't want any muscle mass. Is anybody raising their hand? No, I don't see anybody raising their hand. I don't want muscle mass. So if you caloric deficit, your body actually starts to eat your own muscle, to make up for that lack of calories. So we don't want that either. So it's going to be a hard adjustment if you're eating a higher carb diet right now to adjust to that, it's going to feel like you're force feeding. You're like, I can't eat another bite because protein and fat are so satiating. You feel really full. So you may struggle to get your calories, and that's fine. I mean, I don't want you to, to get sick and like, force feed yourself and be really uncomfortable. Don't do that. Listen to your body. If you can't eat anymore, don't eat anymore, but get as close as you can to that calorie range. And then if, after week 1 or week 2, maybe if you're not making the progress that you should, then we'll start talking about doing some timed interval fasting. That's where you're going to maximize that fat burn. So it's not reducing your calories. It's just opening up that window between when you eat. Great question though. And just ideas of foods. I'm a big convenience person. And I know some of you guys are on shift work. You don't know when you can grab something to eat. So I'm a big fan of shakes. Like I do a shake every day because it's just a quick and go and easy. I like, protein shakes, whey protein. Make sure to look at the ingredients though, because some of those brands put sugar in them. I do, MCT coconut oil in it. You can make it flavorful, put some nut butter in there. I've got like chocolate salts or different flavors. I have egg protein that I put in there. So it's literally powdered egg, to add some more protein to it. I do a lot of grass-fed beef sticks and beef jerky. Those are really good, convenient go-tos. Sugar-free protein bars. You don't want to overdo it on those because a lot of them have artificial sugars in them, but I'm just talking about convenience foods, to-go foods. And you know what we hit all the time that's super easy? A rotisserie chicken. Like we literally buy 2 a week. And we just snack on that. We just literally open the fridge and just pull like a breast off or like a leg off, and you could stick it in the microwave. That is so easy and fast, and it's versatile. So you can use that meat for whatever you want. Dip and stuff. Hot sauce. We like hot sauce. So those are kind of my go-to foods, and of course steaks. Like every night is pretty much a steak on the grill. So you can't be mad at this diet. Like when I first started the low carb journey, I was like, I can't believe I'm eating bacon and steak and sour cream and butter and I'm losing weight. Like this cannot be real. Like I couldn't be happier. I don't miss the breads and the sweets and the sugars. It's so much more satisfying, a way to eat. So, I mean, if you've got a big old steak on the grill and you're burning fat and your clothes are getting baggy, you can't be mad at it.
And I know there's a lot of law enforcement that will end up doing patrols, and sometimes fast food joints are probably the only option at 2 o'clock in the morning also. Mm-hmm. So when you go to these places, pay attention to what they have. I'm going to use Hardee's because they actually have really good burgers. If you have a choice to go between Hardee's and McDonald's, go with Hardee's because they're not as processed. And then when you get to that point, I even think that they have a carbless option that you can get it in a lettuce wrap.
Yeah, most fast food places have that option now. They'll do a lettuce wrap burger. Five Guys does it. Wendy's does it. I mean, just ask, or, like I've done it on the road, driving the RV, driving the rig around, and the only place, we're in some podunk town and all they got is a McDonald's or a Wendy's drive-through. I'll just get 3 patties with cheese. Yep. That's it. That's that. If you got to do it, you got to do it. Of course, we don't really want you to do that option every day if you can help it, because of the seed oils and how processed the foods are. We want you to try and eat as much real whole foods. That means it didn't come in a box or a can or, a fast food package, as much as possible. But we understand, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but just make the best option at the time. Right. So, skip the fries, just get the burger patties. If you have to get a Diet Coke, but or just,
Or
or
an
just drink water.
unsweetened
Or
iced
sweet
tea.
tea. Yeah, there you go.
I know
And,
that's cursing
you
for
know.
some people in down south. Unsweetened tea is
Hey,
fighting words.
I've got it in here. I got unsweet tea in here. So yeah, but that's a good question. Any other questions about the nutrition plan? Or anything else?
I was
Awesome,
just gonna
guys.
volunteer. If that old guy, I think his name was Adam Salzberg, who didn't have a Facebook. I'll help him create one. No technology probably eludes him. But I think
Hey, man, you're older than me.
Well, we're making an exception for Adam. We'll set up a Zoom link and we'll do both simultaneously. So if you can join us on Facebook, you can, or on Zoom, you can too. So
Thanks,
we'll
Stephanie.
do it for you, Adam.
Appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining us live. I'm really excited. I know we're gonna have a lot of fun with this. We're gonna have a lot of good-natured competition and trash talk, and we're gonna see some awesome results. So really excited to encourage you guys and have you guys encourage each other. And let's do this thing. We start Monday.
Sounds awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, have a wonderful Easter weekend, and we will see you on Monday.
See you guys later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.